Sobriety Essays number 36.
The Steps in Me. Step 9. In my travels through AA, I have heard many discussions on the necessity of making amends. A man once said that amends were not made for the benefit of the recipient, for they will not always be accepted, nor were they totally made for the person making the amends. Making amends is done totally because they should be made. Step 9. Made direct amends to such people whenever possible, except when to do so would injure them or others. In Step 8, I made a list. In Step 9, I worked the list. My sponsor had me put my own name at the top of the list when I had never considered that person could make amends to themselves. This was a very important step in my program. First, after fully accepting the responsibility for my actions and understand that I had to drink every drop that I drank, did every deed that I had done to arrive where I am today, though thoroughly guilty, I turned that guilt over to God to carry. It must have worked, for I have never felt that guilt again. I have never completely closed the door on my past, for from time to time I have found that in some of my experiences will benefit others. In my case, I also found that when making amends to my daughter and wife, it was better to speak in general terms rather than mention specific details. My wife and I still to this day chuckle over the way I made amends to her. The marriage had turned good. My wife had been around the program long enough to know exactly what I was doing. We had gone for a walk that evening, with me about 10 months of being sober. I turned to her and said, I am sorry for all the garbage that I had brought into our lives. She turned to me and said, Is that it? I said, Yeah, that's it. Her reply was totally inadequate. We're still laughing to that today. It was, of course, totally adequate. The reason I knew this is because the way down deep inside of me, I knew that I never had to walk that road again. If you were to ask her today about that amend, her answer would be the same. Totally inadequate. We both get a chuckle out of it today. It is a feeling beyond description, when you know beyond a shadow of a doubt that the direction of your life has changed. To my daughter I said, I am sorry that I wasn't the father that I could have been. Yesterday cannot be changed. I hope you accept the fact that drunk or sober, I have always loved you. For some reason, I have come to believe that it is unnecessary to explain or to try and justify my actions while drinking. Just a simple apology in some cases was enough. My daughter told me of some of her making amends, like sending various retail establishments some money with an anonymous letter and an apology. It was very important for me to know that after making these amends that I had a choice today, not to repeat those things that occurred prior to sobriety. This AA program was giving me something I had never had while out there as a practicing drunk, and that is a choice. I think it is important to understand the second half of Step 9, except when to do so would injure them or others. I believe that if your gut level feelings are in doubt as to should I or shouldn't I, discuss the matter with your sponsor. I have found that in some cases it is far better to make amends through prayer and helping another alcoholic.